I want your casino gaming company to purchase TikTok, the social media app, to straighten out your customer development department. Your customers are already online gambling. They're mobile and they're social. Your casino company is also online, offering traditional casino gaming, sportsbook, and eSport wagers. It's $1 trillion conversation now, though. And with that, you need to continue to invest online and mobile in order to increase profits. TikTok came online about 7 years ago, and last year recorded $14.5 billion in revenues. With about 1 billion users, it reaches over 150 countries in 40 different languages. Its main focus is short form video and has recently brought on what they call a battle, what allows creators to interact with one another in a competition where viewers gift creators to win a battle. No one understands how far the online and mobile AR, VR conversation is going to go. Though there's over 3 billion monthly gamers worldwide, and there's over 1.6 billion monthly gamblers worldwide. And the phenomenon of eSports fills stadiums and arenas around the world at its live tournament events. Its fans, they're fanatics, and the Olympic Committee views it as a discipline. Gambling's expansion will be attributed to video developers creating departments within your casinos that will allow everyone to understand how casino games and video games can be incorporated. At the same time, psychologists and video game developers will also create the effect of never lose that users of video games have, while increasing the revenues and brand awareness. Skins, loot boxes, and RNG will be your opportunity to be creative as you are and have been in the past with your campaigns for promotions to get your customers to come to your properties. The skins within video games is like an NFT. They're on the blockchain. They can be purchased with cryptocurrency, which would be a good idea to consider. You have gaming chips, you get a cryptocurrency that is the casinos, and now you've expanded even further. The blockchain is going to create a trust for online gamblers and gamblers as a whole, whether it's online or offline. What it will allow to do will allow for operators and, if need be, gamblers, users, gamers, to view real-time transactions. It's a ledger. Skins can be bought, sold, traded, won. It can also be used as a currency in some gambling and video gaming platforms. Loot boxes, think of a digital campaign. It's filled with promotions. It's going to get people to come, but instead, fill it with casino amenities. It's going to allow you to increase revenues. So whether it's taking them to a restaurant or a spa treatment, it's always going to come back and can always be converted into gaming chips, or if the conversation goes to casino cryptocurrency. RNG is what we experienced within the mechanics of the reel within the slot machines. It's now in the software for video slots and video table games. We also experience it within video games. And what it does is it triggers the dopamine and causes video gamers and gamblers to want to game and gamble more. I believe that if a challenge could be solved or a skill could be enhanced, and if there's an idea, a perspective, the perception that luck could change, then a person and people will continue to play games. The app is going to be able to create a virtual neighborhood. You're going to know who the users are, and they're going to get to know you and who the creators are. They're going to build relationships, and you're going to build relationships with them. That'll create a good experience for all the parties involved. When it comes time to say, we don't want you here anymore, or we want you to come visit us, you'll know who each other are. You're going to keep the infrastructure of the app. You're going to update the app, but you're going to also enhance the app to continue to develop more gamblers, more creators, and more video gamers. This will start the traffic to head back towards the offline casino. Charli D'Amelio, in 4 years at 19 years old, has earned 152 million followers who have awarded her 11.5 billion likes. She earns about $17.5 million a year. She's done something that most people cannot, and it cannot be explained through a third-party app. But the personalization, the endearment, the connection she's made with so many people is almost magical, and it needs to be better understood. The only way to do that is through a first-party app. Your app will begin to explain the Charli D'Amelios of the world, and it will allow us to do what we do as hospitality professionals, and that's to make a meaningful connection with a person. Riot Games is one of the most recognized video game developers in the world. They created League of Legends, which realizes 153 million monthly users. In February 2022, they realized peak viewership of 14 million. In 2023, they recorded 6 million concurrent viewers. Putting that into perspective, some of the Super Bowls do not record the type of numbers that championship eSport tournaments are recording. Online and mobile sports books. In the past 6 years, the United States has experienced history and a story of a progressive mindset towards gambling, bringing on now 38 U.S. states and the District of Columbia to combine for approximately $25 billion in revenues from Sportsbook and $300 billion in handle. New York City, the state of New York imposes a 51% tax on sportsbooks, which generated $1 billion for the state and local communities to put back into infrastructure and programs. 75% is the number of people who have taken their business online to gamble on sportsbooks. FanDuel has recorded $100 million a month in revenues, while The United States realizes $7 billion in sportsbook revenues. eSports in the global conversation. $4.3 billion in revenues. 214 million Americans play video games each month. 186 million plus people visit Bet365 each month. And the video game industry globally each year is steadily increasing towards $400 billion. Imagine that one of your top streaming creators is at your casino. They're rolling the bones with some friends. They're creating a vibe, and it's just getting started. You allow them to stream online because you realize it brings brand awareness globally, and you never know where your next customer is going to come from. Plus, it allows you to be able to understand the data and who exactly is looking into your product and how they're interacting with your creators. Your creator has a friend who's in town and neither of them know each other is there. The friend got done with work and got online, started streaming. Saw their friend was just down the street at your casino. They started to chat. They went live. They started to have a battle similar to what TikTok does now. They're getting gifted, and the customer inside your casino continues to roll the bones. You're generating revenues online and offline now. The creators are generating revenues as well, and they're building personal experiences with the users, which trickles over into your casino. Some may have been there before or not been there in a while, but they're considering going now. As casino operators, you're going to have to consider how far away from or how near the vertex you're going to take your casino company and the local community with regards to the substances you allow inside your casinos. You're going to have to consider how far to the hardcore offline gambling and then towards the merger of the hardcore online gambling, video gaming, social media, and in the AR/VR setting, you're going to take your company.